let's get into it. I missed our Shoe. Hello, Shoe. Hello. Ugh.
Oh, I didn't see you there. What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now. With millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews, this book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or BookTok, as the kids call it.
Yes.
Thousands and thousands of women, in particular, have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course. A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that.
Yeah,
she gets a job jerking off monsters.
That's right, the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time. It did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon. Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this, because it is so good.
Chat. Now, would it be bad if I wanted to read said book for science? Would it be bad? Oh, Sama. Hi, Sama! I'm not asking chat any bad questions. No? No, Sama! Bad? But for science! Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't heard of this book before. To be fair, I haven't been keeping up with BookTok recently. Usually I'm in the know. So, I need to write this down for later. Hold on, what is it called? Morning Glory Milking Farm. Thank you. Milking Farm. Thank you for encouraging my bad habit. Listen! We don't need smut on the company credit card. We don't need smut on the company credit card. Is it really a tiny Pixie Day company credit card without there being smut books on it? Sama, we don't need to refund it, okay? Listen, it's research, right? So, it's a business expense, so we can put a tax write-off on it. It's totally fine. They are milking monsters. I'm the mythical furry gooner, bro. I'm a mythical furry goon. I'm a monster fucker, okay? Oh my god, I shouldn't be screaming that so loud. I am in my parents' house. I should not be screaming that this loud. I need to shut the fuck up. No! Sama! I gotta see how bad it is, though. I really do. Because if this is another haunting Adeline situation, okay, we gotta talk.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female Gooners.
Yeah. Wait, okay, what do I have? I do have that one. Oh, I'm glad to know that's smut, though. I haven't read it yet. Oh, I have that one. Wait. Why are you admitting to it? Sorry! Okay, fine. Fuck you. Shut up. Leave me alone.
Now, for those of you unaware,
all.
Gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance novels, otherwise known as porn. Many correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores.
Oh. Hello, mother. I love you more. Good night. Oh my god, my mom just came in while I was looking at the smut books, guys. I almost got caught. You almost got demonetized by your own family moderator. That was so close. I was petrified. Day got this close to being put in the jar by her own mother. Dude, yeah. Okay, anyways.
They display their smut openly in bookstores. They proudly pose in front of their smut collections. They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get
They know James will die. They know. Don't eat him. How perchance can I get invited to one of these? He has pretty eyes. They do not the cosplayer. They'll sit on him till he's goo. Look at James would have a good time. I would have a great time. Guys, let me fantasize, can't I? Watch what happens next, you will understand. Okay. James, you will die. Don't. Why are y'all shaming me tonight? You sick fucks. I don't appreciate it.
They go to smut conventions and get choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless Wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shoo, isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures.
Yes.
For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious, magical creatures.
We are.
But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay?
It is.
You don't understand.
You're right.
It's okay when we do it. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the rapidly growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok and the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take a break from all this depressing political news and talk about something silly. Not that those political things aren't important, trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do, but fear not. I have an app for that. So before we get into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, Ground News. Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers an easy way to read news from all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political aisle and ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Gavin Newsom is signing a bill to give 800,000 Uber and Lyft drivers in California the right to unionize. Pretty cool. Rare Newsom W. 12 news sources covered this, 7 were left-wing and 0 were right-wing, because the right is covering a far more important topic. Harvard hires drag performer Lahore Vagistan as a visiting professor. 21 news sources covered this, 20 were right-wing, 1 was left-wing. A country divided, truly. Ground News also makes it very easy to compare headlines, so you can see how political bias completely reframes a story. For example, talking about how Trump has been posting a bunch of those sombrero memes, and the New York Post says, White House official behind Trump's hilarious meme war on Dems revealed. And then a left-wing outlet covers the same story, like, as the shutdown continues, a checked-out Trump posts childish memes. Wildly different vibes going on here. I have been using Ground News since 2021. It is one of my favorite apps. Like, it is my go-to, like, when I wake up. I, like, check Twitter, and then I check Ground News, like, immediately. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. And it's only $5 a month, which is like basically the price of a coffee nowadays. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen or use the link in the video description.
That's
so thank you
not
to
a bad
Ground News
price
for
at all.
sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right?
Oh,
so
scared
let's
me.
get back to the video. Book Talk is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop.
What?
Spicy slop.
Now, I have never disagreed with Shoe. Ever. However, this is the first fight I'm gonna get with someone I really admire. Okay? A lot of these books are very well written. Okay? It's not slop. Yes, some of it is. Okay? Like, if we're talking about books like Priest, okay, that is slop. For sure. But some of it has a lot of really, really good, like, world building and stuff like that. No. Hold on. Are you defending the plot of your porn? Yes, I am. Look at Linda. Look at Linda. Reading is supposed to be enjoyed as a hobby. So yes, while we do enjoy and dive into books like Jane Eyre or other books that many people would say are more scholarly and more sophisticated, there's a lot of smut books that actually have really good contents in it. Look, I agree that some doujinshi have amazing plot, but I don't deny that it's still porn. It's still porn, don't get me wrong. A lot of the romance books that we read will have sex scenes in it, right? However, that does not necessarily mean the entire book is porn. Whereas with porn, it's like all porn. These books, a lot of it, the character building, the arcs, the romance in it is amazing. Some of the romance scenes are really, really amazing. And that's excluding any of the smut. 100 not porn pages, gonna ignore the 700 pages of smut. Oh my god. Do I have any of my books here? Hold on. I think I took all my books. I think I took all of them to Arizona. So I have nothing. No. Hold on. I have this one. This one's not necessarily good. No, this is not a good example. This one is just straight up porn. That one is straight up porn. Okay, that's not a good example. I need a better example. And I think I took all my favorite ones. Fuck me, bro. Okay, that one that I have here is just straight porn. But there's a lot that have a lot of good stuff in it. You're literally going, our smut is better. Yeah, sniff zone fart. Shut up. Like, for example, no. Actually, Pestilence is a great book. So is War and Famine and Death. Those are great books that have some very few pages of smut in it. It has some smut in it. But that is literally at the very end of the book. And that's like a couple pages max. Damn near all of it is romance. And it's so good. It's so good. And so when you get to the end and there's like finally a sex scene, you know, it's great. These are quotes from that book. Loss is a wound that never heals. Never, never, never. It scabs over, and for a time, you can almost forget it's there, but then something, a smell, a sound, a memory, will split that wound right open, and you'll be reminded again that you're not whole, that you'll never be fully whole again. There's so much goodness to this. Brr.
You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean? Porn.
Yeah, that's fair.
It means porn. Spice level is very important to book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. The spiciest book going viral on Book Talk lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta. Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt. Oh my god! She's just like me! On the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek, she has no choice but to grab it with both hands. Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef. Oh god, with the manly meaty endowments to okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity.
Okay, bitch. Okay. I can see how this is silly. Fuck. Fuck. You're making us look bad! Stop! I'm so ashamed. I hate it. You aren't proving them correct, you stupid fuck! God damn it! High literature, Hyundai. This is a bad book example. There are a lot of really good books. It won the most popular book award. No fucking shot it did. This won the most popular book award? These are your peers' days. Shut up, brain.
In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of a Marxist revolution.
Are you serious?
This is every fucking BreadTube video to me, dude. This is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest Minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males. And I read the whole thing. Probably gonna be put on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here, like, selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote,
oh my god.
the seam of his sack. So I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably has, like, a human head, right? He probably, like, looks something like this, like, you know, just a dude with, like, horns. Then I see the official artwork. That's a cow.
That is a cow.
Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow.
Oh,
in a few
that
parts
is a
they're
cow.
being intimate, and it will be like, his hooves clip-clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing the shit and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbeau scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also f***ers his ass. She f***ers the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole. Is that what you—
Would you guys like a Patreon of me reading sophisticated smut? Just asking.
So you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole. Is that what you freaks want? Anyway,
yes.
I like how in this fantasy world student loans still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans. Sad. Oh, and he has one of those bull rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings. And in this world, that means, like, you're married, but apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow with a cow ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself.
Yeah, this month sucks. Dude, the feminists, they're ruining our porn. They're ruining our porn, man. They're ruining it! Why? What kind of feminist are you? What kind of person actually writes that in a book, man? Come on. I'm actually mad. I don't want to be associated with these people.
And hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have— Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her. the heat of his hand dropping to her knee would have. I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. She was a good feminist, she told herself.
You know what? Maybe we do have a problem. Maybe there is a gooning problem. Maybe I should stop being a gooner. No, better idea. I should start writing the gooning books because we have fallen. I need to save the gooning community, Sama.
She was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought.
Bro, shut the fuck up! Shut up! Make gooning great again! Yeah! Make gooning great again! Make gooning great again! Make gooning great again! The Trump of gooning. Who would have thought Make Gooning Great Again would be covered by a Latina pixie? We are gonna publish a book and make gooner women pay for it. Yes! This is dog water. This is absolute dog water. I must make it great again because this is hot garbage. Hot garbage. This is ass.
She was a good feminist, she told herself.
I can't
and she
believe
definitely
this.
couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock.
Another thing, feminists nowadays are the type to say, I don't want to be characterized as an object. Then why do you believe that your only value to repay him is giving him a blowjob? Huh? Don't over-sexualize me! Actually, but like, I would give you sex, by the way. Just, if you treat me right, I'll give you
on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation. Inside every woman, there are two wolves. Or two bulls. The strong, independent girl boss and the submissive, doting housewife. And in the presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal, she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to factory settings.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone, so when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Clean up aisle 5. So that's what I thought of it. But what did other people think of it? What are the reviews on this book? This book has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000 ratings and a 3.6 on Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings. Let's just read some random ones here. Hear me out. Hear me out. A milking good time. Sweet and creamy. The spice is spicing. I was very leery of starting this because I thought it was just gonna be porn. The plot is pretty good. The plot? Please. This is like the new, I read Playboy for the articles, like, sure you do. This book could kill a Victorian child. 5 stars, I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose intolerant now. So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star, not a helpful guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow and now my family has no food for the winter. 1 star, accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lesai. Why can't human males be more like this? Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick. I never want to hear from another person about how they read 100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming. Well, Ronald, man detected, this isn't for you. This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God bless America. It's great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next. If this is what freedom looks like, I'm really rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster porn, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay? Bullcock matters.
No. Shoe, we just need to make Gooning great again. Trust me, I can fix this, Shoe. Shoe, I can fix this. Personally, I volunteer. I volunteer as tribute, please.
Bullcock matters. Oh my god. Edit that out. Editor, edit that out. Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse cock? Some of you people owe a certain streamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations. Would you like to see them? I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend. That time I got drunk and saved a demon. Gentling the beast. Cupcakes for my orc enemy. Mane of my existence. The gargoyle and the spinster. The widow and the orcs. Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons. Getting it on with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Mated to the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why
maybe
they chose
I'm
the
not
bear.
a true Gooner. Maybe I'm not a true Gooner because I know none of these. Looking at all of these, they all look cheap. So it looks like the writing's gonna be cheap. I don't know if that makes sense. This, I can see this one. Look at slop. Decent. Slop. Oh my god. When you buy a book, you judge it by its cover. Yeah, you do. This is really nice.
The Billionaire Orc. Moth Manager. Wolves and whipped cream. The wolf in my tavern. Pounded by produce.
What the fuck?
Are these the books the Nazis burned?
My husband only reads finance and sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature. So the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm. And it's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs, and it's a special type of milking.
See, honey, she's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washing machine again.
I'm understanding why you guys were mad at me when I was defending this. Yep, I get it. I feel silly, and I feel icky and sticky, but not in a good way. Imagine if the average man tried to discuss their porn habits with their wife or girlfriend. I mean, am I weird? I think you should. I think it's weird if you don't talk to your significant other about your interests, you know? I mean, for me, yeah, find a middle ground. That's the best way to say it. Theoretically, should be able to. Realistically, a lot of women feel insecure about men liking corn. Unless you have a gooner like me. Get a gooner today! Or don't, because a lot of them turn out to be raging feminists. Oh, I am not like the others. I am sophisticated.
Women on TikTok are openly, proudly talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it. I hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books like A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge, if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, book talk has become full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans. The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God. Over 90% of men between the ages 16 and 73 watch porn in any random month. There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. What they are gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire, scenes that depict women coming first and frequently. And what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes. In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine." But his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine a group of men sitting around drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing. It's just funny, okay? Like, it's funny. Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny? It's funny. If that makes me a sexist or misogynist, you got me.
Okay, I will say, me and my best friend, we will have moments where I perchance, we may be reading it together. We may now I sound weird. Oh, now I sound weird. We get the same book and we read it together, and then we scream together, and we're like, oh my god, can you believe? Like we're like fangirling about it together. Me and my best friend have said many horrible stuff since I was a wee little lass. From what I've known, girls have just always been very upfront about it. We've been very open about it. Like, me and my old friends too, like we would discuss things about this stuff with each other. Or we'd watch the... I don't know why! I'm sorry! I don't know! It is a girl thing to do, though. Like, I don't know why that's normal. You're right, it's probably not. It's probably not. Is that not normal for girls? No, I've seen it. Girls will lay on the bed and share the book. They be kicking their legs and screaming at the parts. Yeah! It is normal for girls. And, like, I don't know why it is. Okay, it would be one thing if it was like, oh, only girls on the internet do this. But I know a lot of girls IRL. I don't know what's normal for girls, but it's certainly not normal for men. Yeah, I know it's not normal for men. I know that much. You know what? Maybe this is why a lot of women are whores nowadays. Maybe it's because we don't really see sex as a dirty thing anymore.
You got me. To act like you are so different and above the other Gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but you are no different than Joe Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latinas in Space 12. You're sitting there all high and mighty, one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed. The scenes these men are reading, to many people, myself included, are insanely sexy. But purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many of the comments on these videos point out, there's much wilder stuff out there. For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered nodding.
No.
I know the term of nodding refers to dogs. That's gross. That means dog. Dog sex. I hate it. I like werewolves. I don't like the term of nodding being used. Do you guys remember Leafy is Here? And he did like a coverage on this girl who was doing bad things to her dog. Not the Red Rocket Woman. Yeah! Ew! Some people really deserve getting bullied.
Clearly not yet discovered nodding, a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides. Oh, honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do. Oh, you just don't get it. You don't know what nodding is. What are these women reading, bro? What happened to that, like, stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing, going home for Christmas to your hometown and falling in love with the cute farmer boy? What happened to that? We used to make fun of that. We truly did not know what we had until it was gone. Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls. I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey looks like missionary sex through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the shit the average woman on TikTok is reading. At least Christian Grey was a human man and not a fucking dog. You fantasize about dating the quiet, shy, nerdy girl. You know, she's innocent, she's pure. She's not like those other girls, like going out clubbing and hooking up with random men. No, she's at home, curled up by the fire in a blanket, reading a book, except that book is about f***ing a half man, half bull. Let me let you in on a little secret. The quiet, nerdy girl is way more of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. The average hoe might have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet, nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least 100 body.
I fuck Cthulhu good. As just a nerdy girl that like reads, like I read a lot, I can attest to this. I have been known to say I'm a monster fucker. I think this is making me realize maybe I'm not a monster fucker. It's really starting to make me think maybe I don't want to fuck monsters as badly as I thought. I'm really starting to wonder, am I really as much as a gooner as I let on? I don't think I am. I think that version of me's died. Like, I think at one point I was
depraved.
But I'm starting to... Have I changed? Am I not as goonerish as I thought I was? It's okay, Date. You don't need to be ashamed of not being an uber gooner. Just being a regular vanilla gooner is fine. I don't know if I would necessarily put myself in vanilla either, though. I don't know. Maybe I am vanilla. Oh my god, am I vanilla? Oh my god. I used to be a harlot. Where have the times gone?
Okay? There's nothing wrong with roleplay. You know, fiction is fiction, right? You know, you're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow. Or at least I hope not. We all know there is a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy into reality? Well, you get Sinners and Stardust. What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners and Stardust was supposed to be a dark romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right? Maybe, if you're a woman. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you. Alright, y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make. This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries only. A lot of you may know my good friend Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend, he attended Sinners and Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent? Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants or touch his dick? Hello? Do we think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose? Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this? Furthermore, do we think it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and you know that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away? And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an air tag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room. They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety, and then they put a f***ing tracker on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel. This poor guy dressed like a character in one of the romantasy books at this romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves. Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef. I remember years ago there was
How fucking dare you? Who do you think you fucking are, bruh? Okay, James, you're not allowed to go there. I refuse to allow you to go there. That genuinely gets me mad, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought it was like, oh, they invited a lot of male strippers to be a part of this or something, you know? These were just average men that just wanted to cosplay it and thought it would be fun? No, you know what? You know what? Let's actually have this conversation. Here's the thing. As a fangirl, and I think this is like one thing that like really irritates me about being in certain fandoms and communities. There is a lot of girls that see men as objects, like, and it's crazy. This is what happens when society and culture continuously send the message that men always want it and are down for whatever, whenever, wherever. Yeah, that is so disgusting. No matter who it is, consent is fucking important. Both ways. Doesn't matter. Bet if it was men doing similar stuff to those crazy gooners, they'd probably be in prison or on a sex offender registry. No, exactly. And that's the shit that like just pisses me off. And I also think about it from the sense like, imagine if this shit happened to my brothers. You don't. Oh. If I ever found out somebody put my brother through something like this. Oh, just know.
It's not gonna be fun for you.
I remember years ago there was this thing called cosplay is not consent. Basically it was a campaign to bring attention to the fact that people at conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back because these women did not get the memo. I've been a furry for over a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this. Like me and my buddies in our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy. Get your shit together, y'all. When the furries are calling you out for being freaks, you need to reflect. something has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this book talk convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted by women. Multiple women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter how many times she said no, quote, "My words did nothing." May I remind you, this is a book convention, okay? For books. Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this. There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for EV Magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I trust her. Your brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal. If your erotic imagination centers around abuse, monstrous violence, and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, it's neuroplasticity at its darkest. Scientists, psychologists, and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image to spite their mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it stands to reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels, because one is a video of two people actually having real sex, and the other is, well, just words on paper. I am, however, talking about the effect on the consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by Gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad? You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase, is reading smut harmful? Should we shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful? In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality should be shamed, pedophilia should be shamed. I'm not equating monster smut with these things, but there are 50 shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful. Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy. Basically, they're cooked. Like, women are cooked. They are frying their brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You know, you start watching Shoeonhead, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right? You know, the alt-right pipeline. And this one's like, you're reading Morning Glory Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you're Mrs. Hands, right? Just say no. Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular? Like, you rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just like a girl with cat ears and fangs, or like a 10-foot tall dommy mommy vampire with giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So people on Reddit asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend. Several reasons. 1, human men are quite often terrible. Romance books with human men are already partly fantasy, but monsters just takes the fantasy bit further. 2, it's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures. We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now, lol. 3, unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of scary, mean, terrifying creature is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc. Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc., etc.
Hold on. Still, non-human MMCs besides vampires are pretty new to me, but Morning Glory Milking Farm and Homebound fix that real quick. Huh? No. You know what? I'm starting to realize maybe I don't like monsters. Maybe I'm not a monster fucker. I feel like a silly little goober forever trying to oh my god! Oh no! I started so against this.
Be gentle, etc. Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc., etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men. As a fat woman of color, modern, contemporary, and even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are almost always about thin white women and just too realistic. And romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women / women of color. In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter, and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it. I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense.
I'm really just sitting here being like, what have we come to? I think the Gooning world is not the Gooning world that I used to know. And that makes me kind of sad. We need to make Gooning great again. Truly.
Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick. Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen. Unique genitalia. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. A lot of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding, non-consensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society. But the truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have those, like, dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have all these traits women desire without the problematic baggage human men bring, without being the men they hate or have been told to hate. It is the perfect guilt-free slop. But they don't just want a wild, dominant man. They want to tame a wild, dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe with a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues. You can do it. It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk to her. With many women, there's this desire for, like, danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me. But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair where men were saying, this is the average male fantasy, and a bunch of women were like, you wanna rape a disabled girl? When in reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman and save her. This is like basically the flip of that, right? This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When in reality, it's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they're basically both the same fantasy. This is a tale as old as time, the princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, you know? But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something, I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. There are some hungers better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for minotaur p***ness. Yeah, that's the moral of this video. So what do you guys think? What is your theory? Why is the monster romance genre so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already.
See? Shoe gets me! Everyone said I was weird for saying I wanted to fuck the fish from Nemo. They all said I was crazy! That's what they said! But no! Shoe, thank you for validating me. Y'all said I was crazy. I'm not.
It's not that he's a fish, okay? He has an energy, okay? He has a vibe.
I agree.
You know what, never mind. And I will see you guys again really soon with a new video.
Bye! Bye! First off, thank you, Shoe. Women want to be treated like women. Even the feminist. Even though they say, nay, I do not want to be treated like a woman. I think it's really funny because a lot of these women that read these monster fucking books are the same women that like shame other women for being like, I want to be submissive to my husband. You know, and they're like, how could you submit to a man? You know who I would like to reference right now? Hold on. I think Banana Juju said something about this. Your man is the head of the household because he is strong, decisive, and solves shit. The wife, on the other hand, is the neck of the household, steering him with physiological abilities into the right direction. Embrace your man being able to take care, fight, and carry you through hard times. Do not be the feminist bitch no one likes except yourself. Keep his belly full and his balls empty, and he will get you the moon. It's really simple. I don't know why women are trying to act more manly and expecting men to act more feminine. Not that there's anything bad with that if that's what you enjoy. However, it's weird they're trying to push it onto everybody. You know, and I think that's the thing that really irks me about a lot of current society at the moment. I thought that I wanted to be a female Gooner, and I thought it was funny kikiing and ha-haing, but after seeing the Gooner girls that are here, I don't think I want to associate myself with them. Who am I now? Who am I? If I'm not the gremlin Gooner pixie, then who the fuck am I, bro? This is bullshit. You're just Day. Yeah, I guess I am just Day. I'm just Day. If you're not subscribed, your mom's a whore. I will say, women are women, and we want to be...
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
We don't need smut on the company credit card!